Hello, I'm Taylor Tam VOTC channel, and movies I disagree with Nostalgia Critic on. I couldn't find my copy of Matilda, so I'll briefly mention that. Freaking love Matilda. I don't know, he probably has different feelings on it nowadays, but Matilda's such a crazy movie that, like, it's one of those movies I have to show people. I showed Dave recently, like, maybe actually more recent would be a couple months ago. He loved it. I love it. Whenever I see Trenchable, she's the most insane thing on screen. I don't think the movie's too mean spirited, and goddamn, that movie's got balls, ironically. I love the hell out of that movie. Like, I wish Danny DeVito directed more movies because I also love Lord of the Roses. Just an insane freaking movie. And I just imagine that one scene where they're being chased through the house. She's like Lady D chasing them through mansions. It's just like, oh crap. But yeah, that's one of them. I also hated that he summed up Jumanji as a hotel movie. I don't agree with that. I love Jumanji. Jumanji is up there with some of the other like classic 80s movies, even though I'm pretty sure it's like a 90s movie. But yeah, I love this movie. I'm a big fan of a lot of Robin Williams movies in general. It may not be his best, but it's still one that cemented him and was really iconic for Robin Williams. And it was just like one of the first movies to do that sort of thing and influence the later Jumanjis as well as other movies that would go on to do the same thing, like Zathura and such. But it is, in my honest opinion, one of the best. It may not age well in its effects and such, but it's still awesome. I wouldn't say it's a hotel movie. I love putting this on and genuinely watching it. I even feel like whenever I think of giant mosquitoes and Fallout, I think of Jumanji. When I play the Fallout, like Fallout 4, like that freaking creeps me out now. Thanks, Jumanji. Another movie, I don't think he hated the movie, but he was like, it's okay. I actually think, in my personal opinion, I know people love the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. It's too long for me, and there are some things that it does piss me off with, and has the pretentious side of it. Just Zack Snyder is way too pretentious. Like, I know Christopher Nolan also worked on Man of Steel, but I felt way more of the pretentious side of things was coming from Zack Snyder, especially after seeing like Batman v Superman and the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. I saw a lot of that. Now, the Justice League Zack Snyder cut did do the better job of Zack Snyder's work, if anything, but it wasn't enough for me. I'm still not to it, but this is probably the only thing that I really love with his name on it. I have all the books, and even though this movie I wouldn't say is the most faithful, it is still really good. It is still really good. It is the one that feels like it is the least Zack Snyder feeling. Um, I'm wondering like how big he actually had like a part in this, so maybe it shouldn't be like a filmmaker. I like 300 and Watchmen fine. They're mostly kind of like copy paste your homework with real live action and CGI effects. So there you go. It's just copy paste for the most part. A lot of his movies are like that, and when he is creative, like Sucker Punch or whatever, the movie freaking sucks. No pun intended for that movie. But yeah, I love the Guardians of Gahul. It's a fun animated movie. It's even beautiful at times, and it still ages really well too. And then another one, I love El Dorado, and I think he was kind of mixed on it. I think he still kind of leaned towards liking it more than disliking it, and thinking that the humor doesn't entirely land because of the movements of the characters and stuff. I still think it was funny. I had a riot with it. I love the songs in it. I think it was a blast of a movie. I want to show my friend Dave this, but if he ever sees Nostalgia Critic's video, maybe he'll be disappointed. I don't know. But yeah, I love this movie. I think it is a great movie. Also, Treasure Planet. I forgot to put that in here, but I am going to talk about that in a separate video. But I love that movie too. That movie's freaking brilliant. I love the character development, especially between John Silver and Hawkins. It's just a freaking awesome movie. Take on the whole Treasure Island story, but in space. And yeah, I will agree that Martin Short's character is sadly the kind of downfall part of the movie, but he's not in it enough to ruin the movie, I would say. I still really like it. But he is one of the least best freaking he's the least best comic role, but I'll take him anyway. But yeah. And then there's and you know what, he's right about that. This is too freaking long.